last 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Salutations, gamers. I am the OGG Game, and welcome back to Kerbal's space program. When we left off, I have no idea what we were doing. I think we were trying to get science. That seems about right. This is career mode after all, and pretty much everything we need to do revolves around getting science, so I have an idea to get a bit more science for us. You see, each of these buildings in the entire area is actually its own biome which you can get science from, individually. It doesn't give you a whole lot of science, but it does give you some science. Oh, I forgot to change the logo. Dagnabbit. It's fine. I might change that for the next episode. It'll be a thing we can work on. Anyway, so I don't really plan on doing a whole bunch. All I want to do is get some science-y instruments on this thing here. Maybe, no, I don't need any of that. Now, we won't be able to get science from the rest of the surrounding bits, but we should be able to just pop one of these on, pop one of these on, and pop one of these on, just like this. And this will just be called the Psi Mark 1. Psi Mark 1. And we're gonna launch it. And then all we have to do is collect the science from the space plane launch pad here. No, it's not a pad, it's a launch runway. It's the runway, right. Anyway, we just collect science here. Here. Keep data, keep data. Log temperature, keep data. Crew hatch, crew report, keep data. EVA. EVA report. Flying over Kerbal shores. Now we don't need that. Reset experiment. Hold on. Let me just get him to let go. Just like this. Okay, EVA report. EVA report from the KSC. And keep the data. Simple. Now we get him to grab on. Grab. There we go. And board. Board. There we go. And recover vessel. And that should give us a fair bit of science right from the get-go. Already 34 science just from doing that. Super, super simple. Super, super easy. Let's see how much science we need for the aviation, which is something that we really need to look into getting. Aviation research requires 45 science here. That's okay. Something we need to do and look at is, where is it? The administration building. We need to look into fundings, which is important because this will help us with getting science for one. We also have public relations, operations, and finances. Basically, each of these four things will somehow get you one of these four sort of things, because you have it up at the top here. You have your income, you have public relations. Obviously, the more popular your center is, the more astronauts you can hire, because more people will sign up. And operations, I forget what operations does. Okay, so basically, from what I can tell, it basically reduces the cost of certain functions and operations, obviously, of running your rockets, such as launching, fuel, recovering certain data. It probably works with some science as well. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but what we want to look into is the science, of course. A program where undergrad researchers are given the opportunity to work in our great space program to boost the science earned out of each bit of data. The interns don't get paid, but the prestige of working with such a grand organization as ours surely is its own reward, isn't it? Effects takes 5 reputation gains, yields 1 science for every 2.556 reputation that we gain. Which we could do. There is also outsource R&D, which is why do all the data crunching yourselves when we can contact external research lab to help us process the data we receive. These services aren't exactly cheap, but the R&D facilities are very impressive. And that will take 5% of our funds and income, and it will yield 1 science for, well, all the fun that we get, for this much funds that we get. And then research, rights, sell out. I don't want to do that. This will, yes, this will take away science and give us more funds, which I don't want to do. Let's see. How about we do funds? Yes, I think I'm actually going to take this just to help with our science. We're going to accept the strategy. So, it took a bit of our money, which is okay. We still have plenty of money up here, but now, money that we bring in from contracts will help bring more science to us, which is important. We do need science. Speaking of which, let's head over to Mission Control and see... Ooh! Let's see what this... Ooh, like I said before, launch site. We want to get as many of these as humanly possible, or Kerbanly possible, I suppose. So, we're going to get this. Launch site. Landed, same thing. It means, you know, on the, runway or whatever. Landed in Kerban. Doesn't necessarily have to be the launch site, but it has to be landed. So, we'll collect that. And collect that. Simple. We'll look at these later. For now, we'll do that. And that should give us more money, and hopefully some more science. So we'll get another command pod here. Very simple. And let's see here at what exactly we need to test. Ooh, we need to test one of these. Stability enhancers. Right. So, let's go way down here. And connect you. Just like that. Simple. So we're going to test one of those. Let's see here. We need to test the Thumper Solid Rocket. Ooh, we're going to have to test that. Okay. I can test it. Just fine. Thumper. Ooh. Oh boy, you're a big boy, aren't you? Alright. So, actually, I'm going to lift you up a bit. And put you down here. And we're actually going to take you and double you up. Just to hold this thing in place as much as possible. I'm hoping this will hold. Hopefully this will all stay together here. I'm thinking it will. Probably will. Oops, I'm talking a little low again. I forget about that. I have to pitch up my voice. I always talk about that. I need to pitch up my voice, otherwise I'll start talking really low pitch, and it's like, I mean, it can sound really nice if I'm doing like a dramatic reading to do that low pitch, but only if I get nice up and close to the mic where you can hear me, because otherwise it sounds like a lot of mumbling. Not that I'm mumbling, it's just sort of just how I talk a bit, I guess. I don't know. We also need to test the Flea. Oops, the Flea Solid Rocket Booster. Landed at Kerbal, whatever. The Flea. So, we'll put you on there as well, I guess. Only, you know what? Let's rotate you. I'm gonna rotate you upwards. Just like that. It's gonna be kind of unique. So what we're actually gonna do here is we're going to put both of these. I'm gonna put all of this down into the same, so they're gonna push up. This is gonna push up. This is gonna push downwards, and hopefully balance out some of the forces, and these will hold the rest while we're testing, because we need that science. So we have the launch stability enhancer, Flea, and the solid fuel booster, the Thumper, of course. Orbit Kerbal, not doing that yet. Okay, so this should work. This is stupid. Beautiful name. Now, let's test all of our stuff. So, our conditions are, we are at Kerbal, and we are landed. Perfect. So, now, something about the solid rocket fuel boosters is I cannot control the thrust. Oh dear me, there is a lot of smoke all over the screen. No matter what I do, even if I, like, completely cut out the thrust, it's still going to go because it's a booster, and that means the fuel just goes. It doesn't stop. I can't cut it out. There's no go and stop option. It just goes until it runs out of fuel. Bit of a problem, but not too bad, I guess. So we're just going to let this run out. Then we're going to release the stability enhancers. Actually, you know, we're actually going to do something a little different. Since we have separate stability enhancers, we're actually going to put one of them in their own sort of thing. So this is going to hold in place and hopefully not explode. Just going to do that. And, hold on. There we go. Just like that. And there. We should have all contracts complete. There you go. So we recover the vessel. Just like that. And we have everything. We got more funds, obviously. And I'm hoping perhaps a little bit of those funds came to science. No science, it seems, but that's okay. That's fine. Oop, space debris, recover it. More space debris, recover it. And that brings us more, you know, and then obviously brings us more stuff. So, here we go. We did all those, did all that, did all that. Done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, let's go back to mission control here and see if they have any more, contracts for us that we can test here. Flight over Kerbal, difficult again. For Kerbal, flight, Well, it seems that all they want us to do now is do these flights over Kerbal. So, let's try this out. Now, I don't know exactly how we're going to do this, but I do have some idea. So we're going to accept this one, the swivel. The swivel isn't that hard to deal with. Weasley basic jet engine in flight. We could. Stack separator. Stack separator. Ooh, let's see. It wants to go that high at these speeds and then separate. That's not too difficult. We're gonna give it a try. Let's give it a try. Okay, so let's check our contracts and see where we gotta go. So, we need to test the swivel on Kerbal flying at an altitude of 11,000 meters to 13,000 meters. Gotta be between that range. Speeds doesn't matter, it says. Doesn't matter. It can be from 0 all the way up to 1,000 as long as we are at this specific area. Okay, then we have test the stack separator in flight. Just above that, actually. So once we get above 13,000, we have to test the stack separator. But this one does need us to be at 500 meters a second. Okay. Not too hard, actually. We can handle this, no problem. Hold on, let me zoom in a bit. Good, okay. So, obviously we're going to want some parachutes here to keep us alive. Let's angle snap and put like 4 of them on there. Just because we really want us, we really don't want to die in this endeavor. This could be a little dangerous. So, let's put some fuel tanks on here. Nope, actually, first, we're going to want a separator. And since we're going to be testing the stack separator, ooh, that's a little small, actually. I got an idea. We're going to replace this with that, believe it or not. Because these 4 parachutes should do just fine. And we're going to put this under here and connect all this up. Good. Am I talking a little too low? I might be talking a little too low. I really do need to learn how to deal with that. But it's a bit of a problem of mine. I don't know. Today's been a bit of a rough day, but it'll be alright. We do also need to test out a swivel, which I do already use the swivel quite a bit, as you know. But let's see, this should probably be enough to get us as high as we need to go. But, I'll go one more. Just to be safe, safe rather than sorry, I guess. Because, I'm not a super genius about this sort of stuff, so... I know, it looks absolutely ridiculous, but... it should work, technically. So we have that. We don't want it to go off with that. We want to put this in its own thing. So you have that decoupler here, which we don't want to go off at the same time, actually. We want to make its own thing here, and we want to make another one solely for this one. So we're going to fly up. We're going to fly up on this swivel, just like that. Then we are going to test this at 11,000 meters, and above 13,000 meters we will test this. Then we will break off and parachute our way back down. Just like that. I will put some stability wings or whatever, some basic fins on here, just to keep us, you know, in line, and we're going to launch. Okay, I think this worked just fine. We're going to turn our SCS on. Jebediah is all ready to go. He's run so many different flights before. He's ready. He knows what to do. Gonna bring this up just to make sure that we're going the right way and everything. So we're just going to do what I normally do. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And once we reach the velocity I generally like to see... Actually, you know, we'll just keep this going. Okay, so we're closing in on about 10,000 here. Hopefully we're going to... Okay, good. Test that. Test it. Good. Then once we get to... Done. Nice. Just like that. And now we're going to come down. Completely tested. That's all we had to do. I hope you were paying attention, because I completely forgot to speak on that. I was super focused. Crazy hardcore pro. How you doing, Jebediah? Doing alright? You look pretty happy there. We are... Oh, okay, that thing was falling off. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. We have to fall down as soon as we can. We are spinning. Jebediah, you okay? Jebediah seems to love it. He loves spinning. It's okay. Hopefully these... No, I think these parachutes are physicsless. I can't speak apparently. The parachutes, I believe, are physicsless. Which means the normal aerodynamics of the space pods... see, the normal aerodynamics of the space pod are working just fine. And even if these were physics-based, whatever, even if they had physics to them, I don't think they would affect the aerodynamics too much. In fact, it should do exactly what it's doing, just the same. And I do believe I talked about those physics in the previous episode. Oh, look at that. We are below 200, so we should be able to... Yep, just fine. As long as we are below 300 meters a second, we should be good to release the parachutes. But not above, otherwise we'll probably destroy the parachutes. So, we're at 4 times. I believe that's 4 times anyway. I mean, that's 4... I mean, that looks like 4 times, but I don't know how much these double each time or whatever, if that's just 4 or if there's more to it. But we're at the 4 times. Warp should be hitting the ground very shortly here. Where's my shadow? Not even close. Great. Okay, so that one's actually... How is that one? I'm not sure. Well. Oh, look, a lovely sunset. Da 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 da. Yes. I am man. I mean, I am actually Kerman. Well, actually, I'm just man. He's Kerman. I am just man. Man, this takes a long time to fall to the ground. But at least you're not dead. I could have very easily killed you 100 times over. We've seen that. Plenty enough times, I think. We are coming in at 3 meters a second. At 4 times time warp, that would mean we're going at about 12 meters on this thing per second for me. And we have another 200 some. Well, let me see. 12, 2 to 5, so 5, 10, 60. Going about 60 meters every 10 seconds? Oh, good thing we didn't have to go all the way to 0 meters. Recover the vessel. Perfect. There we go. Yeah. I said perfect a little too soon, but yeah, well, it happens. Ah, come on. 44.6 science? Really up in here? Why did I say up in here? I sound like a complete retard. Anyway, 44.6 science. We need 1 more science. Seriously. You know what we can do, though? I have an idea. And I can't believe I didn't think to do this before. We're gonna make a new one. New one of these. And... we're just gonna do this. Okay. So... this is not gonna be easy. It's gonna take a little bit of precision. We'll just use a swivel. Just like this. Okay. And we're gonna put a parachute on it. Where's the parachute? Right here, of course. Just like that. Then, we're going to grab some science devices and just smatter them on there. Just like that. You'll see what's going on here. Okay. Just like that. And let's see what this is. This will be... Psi Mark II. Done. Let's launch it. Okay, so this is going to be a little tricky. Let's see what we can do. So, let's lower this down as much as we can here. We're actually going to try to maneuver our way over this way. Perfect landing! I am a genius. Log temperature. What? Launch pad still? Crew report? Dagnabbit. What do you mean launch pad? Hold on. Ah, dagnabbit, we didn't make it out of the area. I don't know if you can see the different texture here, but this hexagon-ish texture air patched is all the launch pad, and then outside of that is not the launch pad. Oh well. Let's recover the vessel and see if we got enough science from that. Aha, we did. Perfect. Genius. Okay. Now, what we can do is we can unlock aviation. Just like that. And with aviation, I will now have wheels, and I will be able to make a, what's the name? A pod, I had the name just a minute ago, I had the name. Well, anyway. Let me check the recording time here, because I think we are all but out of time. Oh. It looks like we're about out of time. Now, I know these usually run a bit longer, but I feel like this is a pretty good stopping place right about here, because, well, we got plenty of enough done. And, I'm just not feeling all that up to recording all that much more today anyway. But that's fine. So, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye! Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked that video, make sure to hit like on it and share it with your friends. Otherwise, hit subscribe for more awesomeness from the channel.